Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Better Than Starting Manned. I am here at the Kerbal Space Center and my cold is resurging once again, so we're going to take it easy today. We are going to do a ship design on camera because that always works out so well for me, right? I just checking to see if there was any new contracts before I get started here. So what we need to design today is a lander for Minmus. And so there's a few critical things that this has to include. First of all, the first being a probe core. We'll start with the probe core. It's going to have this transponder. There's just no way we have to include it with this piece. There's just no way around it. So we're just going to stuff it right at the top and call it good. Okay, so Minmus is a little planet. So we don't need a lot of juice to get to it. So let's see what we got in the way of tanks. We only have the... Oh, we don't have... I was thinking about using the Poodle engine, but apparently I don't have the smaller gas tanks yet, I don't think. Is that a Rockomax? That might be the one I need. Let me just see. Poodle engine? Nope. Not even close. Alright. I mean, I could use it, and it does have the benefit of a alternator, but without the it just means I'm gonna have to take more batteries. Simple as that. Because it has an alternator, and the highest level, the LV909, which is the other engine I just got, it doesn't. But it's, for where we're at technology wise, I think that's gonna have to do the job. Alright, so we're gonna need a nice dose of RCS on this thing. In fact, come to think of it, we're probably going to need a... oh yes, don't forget, we need, on the very top of it... Stop it, okay, seriously. Just sub-assemblies we'll get later. We need our good old decoupler, because this is going to be the part that's going to attach to the piece we put in orbit yesterday, or last week, I guess, from your guys' perspective. So we're going to need, let's see, let's go with 3 engines, or sorry, let's go with a 3 engine design instead of a 5 engine design. We'll get the, and we'll do twice as much. So we have a 20-ton budget for this thing, which is pretty good. So let's see if we throw on, let's see, these are... Alright, well there's 10 tons of fuel on that. So we'll just do that and that. Now actually we could design this a little differently. Okay, so if that's 10 tons of fuel right there, that's our transition piece. The question is it powerful enough? I have no bloody idea. 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. That should do it, don't you think? I think that'll be enough. Let's see, we're going to need engines. LV909s. Okay, and then we're going to need battery power on this thing because it's going to need its own. It's going to need to carry its own batteries. We're at 14 tons already, which is not bad. Let's go with 4 per ring. Will 4 fit? Yes. 3, 4. Let's see, we're at 16 tons and 17 tons. Okay. Now, can we design this to have a... Let's see, we might as well use a decoupler because they're actually a little lighter. That might allow us to put the put a section of this on the ground. Excuse me. Let's see, how much would it take to land this? That's 19 tons now. So it's definitely going to have to be the smaller one, and I think we're going to use less RCS on this. Let's pull those off. Let's put the RCS tank. Put that there. Put that there. Put the RCS tank right. Primary tank right there. Or actually no, a secondary tank under here. Disabled. And we will attach the primary tank to the main stack column, which should save us a bit of fuel. Excuse me. Let's see. Now then, we need the smallest fuel tank and one engine. Now this is an offhanded shot. We're really talking serious outside attempt, I think, at building a lander that's going to land on this planet. Because it's going to have an absolutely monster payload on top of it. Actually, you know what? No, this design, I'm getting greedy. That's getting greedy. No, we're not going to do that. Let's not get greedy. This is intended as our payload to get us to the other planet. Let's keep our eye on the ball and do what we plan to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Get rid of these struts. They're shouldn't have been placed first anyways. Any of them left? No. Okay. We'll put on... So that's 19. So that's pushing it. Definitely pushing it. Because this thing was designed as a 20-ton lifter. So that's too much fuel. How much fuel can we squeeze on here and still be able to go? We could squeeze that much on. That puts it to 16. Let's go half again. That is going to do it. Okay. Let's do it. Let's just balance these down the middle in pairs instead. 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, 4s were better, weren't they? 4 there. 4 there. We'll just bottom load it instead of top loading it. Get rid of you, and you. Thrusters as close to the top as possible. Thrusters as close to the bottom as possible. Alright, what are we missing for a good spaceship? So this doesn't need any science, it just needs enough batteries to operate while it's getting into orbit. Which this should be... Oh, I suppose we should squeeze one more set on, shouldn't we? Oh, that's going to be pushing it, though. Oh, I'm really scared to push that too hard. Alright, we don't need anything you see here. We have all the things we're going to need. We're just going to crash this thing. We're not going to go for a Minmus landing. That's just... As I say, let's not be greedy. Let's just do the thing we need, do exactly what needs to be done, and nothing more, nothing less. Is there anything else we can squeeze on here? I suppose we could round it out with just a few of these pot 1 batteries as well. Although, pound for pound, these are still more efficient. So if we put 2 of these on. There. Okay, we're going to go at 20.1. Docking port in place, transponder in place for the docking mission. And this shall be called the Minmus Orbiter Mark 1. Okay, so we got the Minmus Orbiter and the Minmus Science Core in orbit already. I don't know if more engines with longer burns makes any difference relative to fewer engines with shorter burns. But I think I'm going to go for the longer burns. Now all we need is the No, I don't need a custom category. Stop it. Subassemblies. 20-ton lift Mark II with a couple minor changes. After the debacle that was the... No, I still need to deorbit the silly thing. Never mind. Okay, so we're not going to waste mass on these, which will give me just a little bit more mass that I can put into orbit, which should account for the slight 0.1 over my 20-ton target. Because this, I didn't get that to ground last time. I'm not going to bother trying this time. We're just going to smack that on there. readjust our struts. Put that right there. Come on. Whoops. Undo. Come on. There we are. I want these to go right there. Okay. Now we do need a couple of struts on this part. And we're just going to do them right here. And we're going to get them from the structural rather than doing the silly thing copying them. There. There. And there. That should do it. I think that's going to be pretty solid, don't you? Except for the part where that is attached to a battery instead of the actual, ship where I want it to be. There. That should do. Okay, so we've got a nice block of mass on it. Now let's just make sure that this thing is actually programmed properly. First of all, the part where we grab the whole thing and pull it up so it's not clipping down. Okay, next step. We need to check our staging. Stage 1 is all under control. Stage 2 should be 5 engines and a decoupler, and stage 3 should be 3 engines and no decoupler, because we're going to use the docking port on this because we want to use as much of this extra fuel here as possible. I guess if I really wanted, I could save a bit of fuel with that. So we're going to disable those, and we're going to use yeah, we'll disable those for now. We'll use as much of this monopropellant before we start doing anything else. Those are the only batteries, so that's okay. Let's get out of here and let's look at the position of our target on the map, because we're going to try and do a launch to rendezvous. So let's get to our tracking station here and see where it's located relative to the Kerbal Space Center. And we probably need to give it a different identity so that we can find it. There it is. It's just gone overhead, so we need to wait for it to do one more orbit. Can we rename this on... No, we can't. But that's okay, because there it is. We don't want to have this thing sitting on the launch pad too long, so we're just going to wait. We're going to bring it around. Like so. There it is right there. It's just coming around to the point where we'll be in the right place. Okay. Alright, we're going to quit now. We're going to quick save. In fact, I'll quick save again. We're going to throw this thing on the launch pad and set that thing as my target right now. Alright, Minmus. Come on. Where is it? Minmus. Orbiter Mark 1. Launch. And then we go straight to the map. We set our science core as our target, which will actually probably do a great deal of the maneuvering for the docking process because it's lighter, has its own RCS, although I don't want to waste the batteries. I don't know. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, isn't it? Okay, and our target is set as target. Okay, it looks like it's in our realm, so let's SAS on and launch. I may have actually launched just a little early, unfortunately, which just means I have to go a little higher than that thing so that it'll catch up. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, if I do my standard orbit, I'm going to be burning almost exactly... I dumped the gun, didn't I? You know what? Revert to launch. Let's just give it a few minutes here. We can afford to sit on the launch pad for a few minutes and wait for the actual prograde marker to come into view, which is what I should have done in the first place. Or at least wait for the retro of this target. Nope. Nope. Set as target. No, 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 I didn't want to switch to... Darn it. Okay, out of here. Map. Switch to. A minor glitch. Just a minor one, though. Don't mind me. Okay, let's try this again. One last try. My goal today is to dock. Okay, manned EVA test. Set as target. Get that out. Alright. Now we wait a few minutes. We're just going to keep an eye on our batteries because we don't want our batteries to run out on the launch pad. That would kind of suck. Hold on. Where is it? It's still coming. Okay. Just waiting for a pink marker to come onto our map right there. Shouldn't be long now. So the retro will be coming around there. So the pro should be coming into view any second now. You know what? Good enough. Full throttle. Away we go. SAS on late, but still safe. Make sure that's still set as my target. Still set as my target. Okay. Boy, that looks cool. I've not looked at it from that far back for a while. Look at that. Cool, eh? Some activity down there, too. That's cool. All right. So, I have no idea where we're going to wind up relative to our target. We'll figure that out when we get there. But we should wind up reasonably close at this stage. Let's just tell it to unset, and set as target. Beautiful. That just keeps it on our... just makes sure we've reset all the nodes and stuff. Because time warping may have made it go a little silly on us. Alright, our speed is bottomed out, as usual. Just about normal. Right there, so... So we'll probably have to get this thing into a slightly higher orbit than our target, or actually it might have to be a slightly lower orbit. Maybe right at the 70-kilometer mark, so that we go faster, because it's actually... we're going to be catching up to it, aren't we? It's just about coming overhead. I did wait a little late. But it should be right on my, it should be on my view, on my marker by now. Did I accidentally disable? I don't know. Did I? I think I must have accidentally disabled my markers or something. Well, we'll find out in a few minutes here, because it should be coming into view overhead in just a second. Because I should have my target on my radar here, shouldn't I? You'd think. Okay. Wow, here we go. 10,000. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, it's there. So maybe I did go a little early. Oof. Oh, that's wobbly. Oh, that's a nasty wobble we got going on there. Alright, just relax. Relax. Don't worry. It's okay. Relock our SAS. Well, we're not burning exactly away from it, but we're not burning towards it either, which actually is okay. It's okay. I think this is going to work. Okay. So getting ready to disengage our lower stage and activate stage 2. Not long now. Should get our apoapsis here in just a second. There it is. Right on schedule. RCS on for stability. And there is our target. Beautiful. We actually might wind up burning towards our target by the time we are at our apoapsis, which would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Alright, well there it comes. It's right, it's got to be directly overhead by now. So we are going to be just ever so slightly behind it by the time we reach orbit. Alright, it is directly in front of us now. As our apoapsis reaches... Wow. That's actually not working out too badly, is it? So we're going to be coming up behind it just a little, so we are going to need to be in a faster orbit than it. Although we might be able to do some fun with that by burning towards our target rather than just into orbit. We're actually coming to the point where we need to... Hey, look at that. All right, well, there's our orbit. All right, let's get our orbital burn set up here. And let's pull that out. Okay, and let's see what we can do about a closer encounter. Let's see, what's our periapsis here? 72, no, 76, 67. We want that to be a lot lower. Come on, down a bit more, a bit more. Ooh, that's getting pretty close, actually. 156 kilometers, it's not bad. 156.9. 156.9. If I put any more into that, we're going to get just a little further away. Let's see, can we do some radial or something that will change that? Don't have a lot more time to play with this. That's about as good as it's going to get for now. Let's get ourselves into orbit and figure it out from there. The good news is it just so happens that our target is... So we do not want our... All right, we're just about coming up on the time to burn. It just so happens that our burn towards orbit is also our burn towards target, which is just about ideal. And we're going to be very careful not to put ourselves into a higher orbit than our target. Otherwise, we will miss it. Okay, so we're just a little behind our target now, but we've got to focus on getting into orbit, not onto encountering our target. I just hope I don't regret this design. It's a bit of a risky design when it comes right down to it. Let's see. Okay. Alright, we're just about... What's going on? Why is some of my tanks emptying faster than the others? Okay, stop right there. Alright, let's get rid of this. Burn. Okay, let's get that into a little bit more closer orbit. We want to burn right at our peri-apoapse. And then we will do some adjustments to try and catch up with this thing. Right on apoapsis. Okay, not long now. Here we go. There we are. Okay. Now how are we doing? Our first encounter is 154. Our second encounter is 145. We need to get there a little faster than that. So let's quick save, because I always mess up on this. And let's burn towards our target. And see if that number starts decreasing. That is, whoops. Okay. That has gone really wrong, so let's reload. This is the part where I always mess up. You know, as much as the Flyer's Ed has helped, the intuition of intersect is not doesn't always work for me. Because I need to get closer to my target. Let's see, can we do it with RCS maybe? Because we're actually not that far away. Okay, nope, that's not going to do it. Alright, we need to drop our orbit a little. Now, the problem is that we are actually dropping our periapsis to do this, which is not good at all. No, that's not going to be the solution, so we need to reload. It looks like we are going to need to adjust our target a little because, yeah, unless there's a way for us to swing out wide around the planet and come at it. We are going to get closer is the thing. We are getting closer, but not closer fast enough because battery is at a premium right now. So, Let's just use our target as the target. We want to get closer to the target faster. Which means we want to burn towards it, right? 141. Nope, that's getting higher, is it? Is this getting lower at least? No, it's not. Let's see. Alright, let's just try and reduce this a whole bunch. The question is, can I do it without deorbiting my ship? Probably not. Alright. Gotta adjust this still. I think we're playing with the wrong ship. We've got to do this with the other ship. So let's go here. Let's go to my lifter 20-ton payload base, switch 2. And let's, whoops, that's not the right one. Man DVA test, switch 2. There we go. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to use up some of your battery power, but hopefully that will not be a big deal. We need you to set this as your target. Now then, if we burn towards the SAS off, let's enable our monopropellant here. So burn retro to this thing, but prograde. Now let's see. Nope, that's wrong too. We got this backwards, don't we? But we can do it like this. There we go. We can do it like this. We can drop this way, 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 way down just by doing one maneuver with this thing. And on our next orbit, I think, yeah, in 30 minutes, we will be almost right on top of the thing, and then we can deal with this in a much more traditional manner. I mean, we're using a fair chunk of this RCS, but we have 2 other tanks on the target ship, on the docking, the main ship, right? So it doesn't matter if I use up a big chunk of this. So yeah, we're just making this piece of the ship swing really, really, really wide so that we get, in a little while, one really, really nice encounter with it. And then all we have to do is adjust the orbit of our other ship to match it. We're down to 1 kilometer. So, that's about as close as we can get without any problems. So let's go back to our other ship, the one that is going to be discarding some of its parts. Switch to Minmus orbiter. Now, we are going to need some pretty hefty thrust to... now let me see, is this... Where is that extra fuel coming from? Is it trying to pull fuel from these tanks? It better not be. I'll be very put out if it's trying to pull fuel from the lower ship. No, that's weird. Why is there so much more fuel left in the middle? I'm not gonna... Well, okay, not looking... Hold on, did I not... LVT-45, LVT... No? T-45? Okay, so there's no functional difference between the outer tanks and the inner tanks. So why has the outer engine... I have no idea. I have no explanation. But what I do know is that when we get here, we are going to need to match the orbit. Which means we are going to need not a maneuver node. We're going to need to do this based off of the stat right there. So we're going to go with a Alt F5, is it? Yeah. Quick save to encounter question mark. Question mark. No. Okay, it doesn't like encounters. Minmus mission. Save. Okay. So if all has gone according to plan, we should be able to swing around the planet here, nice and wide. Where's our target? Set as target. Swing nice and wide around the planet. And in an ever-decreasing amount of time, we will be able to burn retro to target. Okay, we're our slowest speed. No, we're okay, cool. So when we get to our point of intersect, because we're getting quite close now, what are we going to need to do? So retro target and retro orbit are right on top of each other, so we need to rotate this thing around. Probably going to need to get rid of this thing. Does it have any juice left in its batteries? Not really, no. But if we can use that to... So we're going to need to burn prograde to get a night to basically match our orbit with the with our target, if my understanding is correctly, which we will find out shortly. Okay, and we're still using the throwaway RCS tank, which is good news. Okay. So we're in slightly different orbits, but that's okay. Slow it down. Well, that's interesting. Why aren't these ones being used, I wonder? There must not be any crossfeed going on here. Okay. So let's see. Let's bring it in. So we want to try and zero our relative speed to our target, actually. Which means, yeah, we do want to. We are rotated the wrong way. So we need to slow down relative to our target, which means burning on the retro to target marker. Very gently, because we are quite close to it. We're within a kilometer of the full thing. It's right over there. Alright, where's our retro marker? Come on, there it is. Retro to target is not necessarily retro to orbit is the thing. Okay, lock it on. And let's see now. We should be slowing down relative to our ship, and thus making sure that our next encounter is right on the nose. Excellent. So far so good. Our relative speeds are dropping, 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 dropping. 3, 2, 1. Alright, no use in doing this on the map now. We are going at the exact right relative speed, so let's orient to point at our target. Because that's what we need now. We need to move towards our target. Okay. Let's just give it a couple of puffs of RCS towards our target. Relative speeds are under control. Are our distances dropping? Yes, they are. No, they're not. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we've got to get to the point where we're actually moving towards this thing. All right, now we're speeding up relative to it. Now let's reorient. Where is our target? So we need to rotate this thing to point the, control from here. RCS off. All right, our distances are dropping, which is good. Let's orient ourselves to be pointing at our target. Lock it on. Okay. Lock that on. Okay. Now we need to do another pulse towards our target. All right, now we need to... All right, where is our... Hold on. How did I have this set up? Oh, right. Oh, I remember now. Oh, God, I gotta remember. We gotta go camera, chase. There we are. That's the one I need. Okay. Now then. Okay. So we need to give it another burn towards our target. And bring that over here. And then we need to bring that down. Nope, we still need another pulse towards our target here, obviously. Actually, this is probably not the one I should be doing this maneuvering with, because it's the less stable of the two, isn't it? There we go. Another couple bursts. Then we go over. No. Yeah, this is the wrong one to be doing this with. Let's do it with this one. Because it's very fine controlled. All right, now you over here. Oh, right. Chase. There we go. Okay, slow down. Okay. Come on, get that prograde on our target. Wow. That is really, really feeling unstable, but I think we've almost got it. There we are. Nice. We've got it on the fine controls now. Lovely. How much juice do we have left before this thing... We don't have a lot of our monopropellant left on this ship, on this one, unfortunately. So we better stop that. Stop using the SAS to stabilize. We're only going to do what it tells us to do. Okay. Over here, reorient you just a little. Oh, and hold on, we need to control from here, just in case that makes a difference. Okay. We're coming in quite nicely. We're only coming in at 1.8 meters per second, which means we could probably speed things up just a little. Let's see. Using our fine controls now just to... You know what? Let's get a nice little burst of speed. Come on. Yeah, this one is just like trying to drive a slug, isn't it? 2 meters per second. You know what that will do? Let's just try and keep this all stably aimed at one another. There we are. We're almost right on the node. Okay, this one here has a bit of a drift to it, but that's okay. Oh, looking good. Looking good so far. Let's try and get that going just a little faster here. Not a lot of fuel left on this thing, though. Oop. SAS. Come on, you. This last kilometer is just hair-raising a little, isn't it? Always is, always has been, always will be. Okay. Doing the final adjustments right there. And we are coming in beautifully. SAS off. Time warp on to stabilize it. I know that's a little cheaty, but I dislike the instability that we often get in these ships. Okay, and we'll get ready to do a final adjustment when we get a little closer. Alt F5. Oops, well, I guess it's going to be a main quick save then. That's fine, actually. Let's see. How much juice is left in the active batteries? Lots. Okay. Hold on, hold on. I'm docking in the wrong end. Control from here. Let's rotate this thing 180 degrees quickly. Well, we've still got time. That was almost a disaster, wasn't it? Because we need to leave this in orbit around Kerbal. Last thing I want to do is take it to Minmus with me. Our investors might be a little displeased with me if I did that. Excuse me. Okay. We're almost there. Alright, there we are. That's more like it. I knew... Okay, come on. No, keep me stable. Come on. Alright, seriously, let's just stop doing these random adjustments and let's get closer to the target. Alright, let's quick save here because that is actually oriented the right way and that's what I'd rather be working with when we get close to our final approach. Okay. Obviously need to do another burn towards our target. But I think we're going to do it with our main ship here. We obviously have some slight disagreements in exactly what constitutes on course. So let's see what we can do about that. Okay. 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 Towards the target. Towards our target. Okay. We're going to get very close this time, so we're definitely going to need to get ready to slow down. Okay, slow her down. Okay, seriously, what's going on here? Okay, let's slow it down. We're going to miss. Come on. There we go. Come on. This ship's a little off balance is why we're having trouble with it. Okay. Almost there now. Beautiful. Okay, 200 meters to go. 0.8 meters per second speed. And we are almost in place now. Give it another burst straight towards the target. There we go. Alright, reorient the target. SAS off, because we're going to run out of fuel very, very soon here if we're not careful. Time warp on, time warp off. Over to the other target. Okay, almost there. Okay, 2.3 meters per second. We're definitely going to need to slow down here in a minute. And let's see, how much fuel do we have left in this? Not a lot. So we better disable that. Actually, let's get ourselves a little closer here. And we're going to slow down to 1 meter per second. Adjust things over here. Over here, over here. Okay, almost there, guys. 50 meters to go. Speed up, slow down, switch. A little more decel. 0.8. Looks good. Our targets are almost perfectly lined up. I think we're right on target. I really do. It's almost impossible to tell, but I think we're good. Okay, and a little eye, a little of that. A little slower, slower, slower. Slower still. Contract complete. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is our Minmus Explorer. Assembled in orbit for the first time. Nice. Docked 2 ships in orbit. Now then, we'll get rid of this. Decouple node. Use N to pull away from it. Or sorry, H. We need to control from here now. Or not from here, from... Where's our driver's seat? Here. That'll do. Control from here. So my biggest concern is that this thing up at the top will be really, really unwieldy. But that's not going to be a huge issue because we're going to get rid of this part too. And so we're going to go decouple node. And we're going to tell this piece, not that piece, this piece, to back away. There we go. We're going to unset target. Or actually, we don't even need to do that. We just need to tell it where to go relative to an orbit. And then get this thing on its way to the ground by translating it out of the path of our main ship. And burning it towards the ground. There we go. And we're rid of it. Okay, that thing is intersecting the ground, so it's out of our way, out of our problem. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Minmus. How do I rename this thing? Can anybody... I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just can't remember it off the top of my head right now. It's been a long time since I've had a ship I actually wanted to rename even. But here it is. The Minmus Explorer. Ready to rock, ready to roll on its way to Minmus. So, in the next episode, we'll get rid of our current target and we will have a look and see how much of a pain in the butt Minmus is going to be. Let's see. What are we targeting right now anyways? Oh, there it goes. Target off. Alright, we'll set this as target. And then we will very quickly clear that. Unset target. There we go. Okay. Set our target as Minmus. And let's see what we're going to have to do to get to that planet. Sending node to 6. Okay. A few things from the looks of things. But that will be a job for the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye for now.